What's up guys, Steven here. Welcome back to another first look and unboxing video. And what the F, have you ever heard of the company Fly? So I've got here the brand new Fly Tornado Slim. That's one of the slimmest smartphones, which is only around 5mm thick, or actually thin. And yeah, it has some kind of Russian writing here on the backside, so it's a China phone with MTK chipset, but I guess for the Russian market. And you can get it from eFolkshop.com, link is down below in the description, but now I would say let's check it out and let's see what the smartphone is about. So there we go guys, here's the Fly Tornado Slim, and the smartphone is only around 5.1mm thick. But the downside is, the specs. So as you can see, this is still running Android KitKat, so basically we are now 2 generations further with Android Marshmallow. And it runs an outdated octa-core processor, so the MTK6592. Now 4.8 inches, so that's also actually kind of small, 16GB ROM, 1GB RAM, so the specs, they don't sound really good. Okay, then now let's open it up and let's see what we have got inside. So, there we go. Here's the oh my god, this is really super slim, so already the feeling here in my hands, and just check this out guys. This feels really super awesome regarding the thickness, 5mm. Now this feels like a piece of paper, but the specs are pretty crappy. But well, if you have a look here at the front and the back plate, it reminds me a little bit of the iPhone S2. But this one here is way slimmer. This is absolutely incredible. Okay, so the buttons, they feel quite good. Everything here feels really incredible thin. So this is probably the thinnest smartphone I've ever had in my hands. I don't remember if there was a slimmer one, but 5.1mm, I think that's really the slimmest one I've had so far. Okay, before we check it out, now let's see what else we got in the box, because the box is pretty huge for the small smartphone. And yes, we got some accessories here, and there we go. So, we've got here a pair of headphones, so let's check them out. And they look a little bit like some mix of Yumi Voix and some kind of cheap in-ears. Well, seems like the body quality is kind of good. We have some flat rubberized cable. We also have a remote control. No, this is just a splitter. So I guess there's no microphone inside, at least it looks like that. And here we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. So I just checked it out guys, it comes here with remote control as you can see, and yeah, this one here is working fine. Microphone also there, and I think those in-ears, so that headset looks pretty good, so it looks like some decent quality, not the usual China crap which you can find inside the package. Okay, now there we go, so here's some other things. Here's a manual, blah blah blah, not so useful. Some kind of, I don't know, stickers, no not stickers, but some kind of cards, but everything here in Russian language, so I can't read that. And here we have the SIM card pin opener, so that metal pin to open it up, because you can't remove the back cover. Okay, I'm pretty excited about the charger. So will it be quick charging? I guess nope. And yes, as you can see, it's a 5V 1A charger, so 5 watts. Nothing super fancy, but also well those slim smartphones usually don't really have some massive quick charging inside. Okay, and last but not least, no USB Type-C, also the micro USB cable, which you can see right over here. So nothing too super special, but the smartphone itself feels absolutely incredible because it's really super slim. Then now let's go and let's check it out. So ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the slimmest smartphone in the world, the Fly Tornado Slim. And yeah, I forgot to mention the battery size, it's 2050 mAh, 140 hours standby, 8 hours talk time. We did a quick battery test and we could get like 30 minutes video time, so actually 15% to 16% battery drop. And that means 3 to 4 hours movie playback time on maximum brightness with Wi-Fi activated. So that's pretty good for such a slim smartphone. Not super decent, but quite okay. Alright, so let's check it out together. Now the front, it's made out of Gorilla Glass, it's very scratch resistant. I dropped it before, nothing happened, but no worries, we're going to do some hardcore tests on the smartphone, so stay tuned. Now it's very responsive and the display looks just super beautiful. It's an S-AMOLED screen and you can definitely see that colors and viewing angles, they're just looking super awesome. So also S-AMOLED screens, they are thinner than LCDs, they don't need backlight, and that means you can get a very good thickness of the phone. Okay, so so here at the bottom, you can see we have capacitive touch buttons. They have backlight, but the backlight is not really strong. We have the back button, home button, and we have here a menu button. This runs Android KitKat, so this absolutely sucks, but on the left and on the right side you can see the bezels, not too thick at all, 2mm. At the top we have here the front-facing camera, which is not too good. We have here the speaker and light and proximity sensor. No notification LEDs. That's the front side. Back side, also Gorilla Glass, and looks really beautiful actually. Fly logo, here the speaker. The speaker is really loud for such a slim smartphone. I didn't expect that. There are bigger smartphones with a crappier speaker than this one here. Another microphone, here we have the single LED flash and the rear camera, which does not stick out of the device, so you have one beautiful backside which is totally even. Okay, now the frame here on the left side holds the buttons. They feel very nice to press. They are also super responsive, as you can see, and they are super stiff. This is something I would say top build quality. At the top here we have a micro USB port, we have another microphone for doing calls, and we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, so to connect the headset, which was also included. The top includes nothing, so it looks super boring. On the right side we have the SIM card tray, but only one SIM card slot, so most MTK phones are dual SIM, but well, you see the phone is very small, so big SIM card slot with 2 SIMs would take a lot of space, so we just have one in here, and no expandable storage, so you're stuck with the built-in storage, and there is no way to add an SD card. Okay, so that's the phone here from the outside, so let's talk about numbers, and let's ask the question, does it suck? Okay, so first of all I have to say the battery is quite sufficient, and the only problem I have is that there's a huge bug in Android, so check this out guys. Now if you follow me for a longer time, you know my review style. I install a lot of applications, I test several things, but holy crap, this phone is so shitty I couldn't even install any application. So you see it says downloading, I'm connected to Wi-Fi, I tried it with my SIM card. I basically tried everything. I installed the latest version of the Play Store from the APK, I installed Google Framework. Basically I did a factory reset on the smartphone. I cleared the cache, I did everything. I can't download applications, so something in the firmware is pretty much fucked up. Also it comes with some bloat pre-installed, and if you go here to the settings, you can see here at the bottom, it runs, here, Android 4.4.2 KitKat. So, well, this is super outdated. Now the smartphone is really cheap. Can you believe it that it's actually less than 70 euros? I think it's 69 or something like that. So like $75. And yeah, you won't see software updates probably. They're just pushing that out, and you won't see any software update, I guess. But the smartphone itself, so far, it also seems to be very good, and everything is smooth. But I have that huge bug that I can't download any application. So they have something messed up with the Google apps in here, probably just on this smartphone. I can only speak for what I see now, and I will definitely work on a fix. And if I find a fix for that, I will do a tutorial. But so far, I tried everything I know, and it's not possible to download something. And it's definitely not the Play Store and not the internet connection, because this is working. So I can go to the internet, check everything out, and this absolutely sucks on the smartphone. But yeah, let's talk about the rest. So let's check it out together, what we can find in here. I have to say Wi-Fi works really good. One of the best Wi-Fi connections. It finds so many Wi-Fi networks. Even when I'm at home on the toilet where my iPhone has no Wi-Fi, I have Wi-Fi with this on here. So I was really surprised. So that is really good. Bluetooth here, I have actually just tested very short in my car, was working, and here we have the usual stuff like also USB internet. So yeah, nothing special. Here we have battery stats. I mean, you can check them out together, and I have to say, as I've told you, 3 to 4 hours movie playback with maximum screen brightness was possible. Okay, we have here the storage, and as I've told you, it's an actually 16 gigabyte smartphone, and here you can see it's split up into phone storage capacity and system capacity, and yeah, system free, we have 2 gigabytes free here, so you have around 12 gigabytes of usable space, and this is straight out of the box, okay? We have here smart gestures. For instance, it uses the proximity sensor, so smart dial, double click to wake up, so double tap to wake up, and all that crap in here. And it's also multi-language, because, you know, that's a Russian phone. This is actually not a China phone. And the cool thing is that this Russian phone almost has all languages inside. So here you can see even different types of German. So that's pretty cool. Some things are missing, but it's pretty complete. Now, yeah, that's everything we can find here. Developer options, well, I've tried really everything to get it to work, but I couldn't. Quick settings, blah, screen lock, nothing super special in here. So let's jump right to the camera, and yeah, I can show you some camera samples. Here we have plenty of light, but as you can see, the exposure is sometimes a little bit off. So here from the black to the white, the lighting adjustment is kind of slow. What is really fast is the shutter. It has really no shutter delay, and yeah, we can go here to the settings, and there we go. And we have here basically 6 megapixels is full screen and 8 megapixels on the rear camera. That is 4:3 mode. So actually, if you want to have 16:9, you have to drop down to 6 megapixels. The rear camera records with full HD resolution, so that's pretty good. And the front-facing camera is super wide angle, but also has not the best resolution and records in 720p. So here you can see my crappy setup, and also the exposure sometimes a bit off. And pictures from the rear camera, they look really like not washed out, but too soft. So it lacks a lot of sharpness. I mean, you can check out the sample pictures here on the screen, and I have to say, it doesn't look too good at all, but it's kind of useful. So it is working, guys. So that's regarding the camera. And you see some bloat was pre-installed here. We also have here, for instance, the LED flash, and here you can check it out. And this one here is a very bright one. So even here, where we have a huge amount of lights, but it really hurts in my eyes. This is incredible how strong this LED flash is. Now here's a quick front-facing camera test on the Fly Superphone. So we're now here outside. You can see here some things in the background, so check out how sharp it is in the background. And now let's go inside and let's see how good it really is when it's pretty dark inside. So there we go, and here's the front-facing camera test. And yeah, right now you see it bumps up the ISO, it gets way brighter, but the lighting adjustment is also here on this one. A little bit slow, but so far in preview it looks kind of good. Check it out on the computer right now for yourself if it's good for you or not. So guys, here's a quick camera test on the Superfly phone. So the lighting adjustment looks a little bit slow, but bumped up right now here the ISO because it's really dark here inside. So that's my studio, my super rig. Let's go quickly outside. Let's check out here the camera performance. So we can go here straight out of the window to check this out. And let's go. Holy fuck. And there we go. So we're now here outside checking out the camera performance, and in preview on the smartphone looks pretty good because it has an S AMOLED screen, and colors are looking pretty beautiful, but just check it out on the computer right now how it looks for you. So far I see the lighting adjustment is a little bit slow. You see that really takes ages, but it's pretty smooth and the resolution also looks good. But yeah, well, always comes down to personal preference, so make sure you check it out. Well guys, I've now installed all my usual benchmark applications, or some of them, and I had to download them as APK files because there's still the software bug that I cannot download from the Play Store, so it seems that there's something really messed up with the software. All in all, as you can see, it's also customized, also the quick toggles, there's no app drawer, so as you can see, you have everything here on the home screen, and the home screen now turns out to be a little bit laggy if there is more placed on there. But I would say now let's do a quick speaker test, some benchmarks, GPS test, and then you will hear my first conclusion about the world's slimmest smartphone. So benchmarks finished, let's have a look at the result, and it scores here 21K in the Antutu benchmark here, as you can see. So if you check out here the ranking, just bear in mind this is not the version which you can get on the Play Store here right now. Okay, ranking is not going to work, but 21K. Here in the info you can see it's Android 4.4.2 32-bit, because also the system on chip is 32 bits, 720p display, camera is 8 and 5 megapixels on the front. front, and yeah, battery dropped now to 53%, so I would say you could come through the day on that smartphone, but really not more, so just barely a day for me. We can have a quick look here at Geekbench 3, so I have to rerun the benchmark. So here's the Geekbench 3 result, 435 on single core, 2300 multi-core, and yeah, that is looking pretty decent with 1 GB of RAM. So if you check out sensor box regarding the sensors, I was actually really impressed that it comes with a working gyroscope and even a magnetic sensor. So even for VR with the AMOLED screen, actually, yeah, you can use it. And here the other sensors, just there's no temperature, pressure sensor inside, which is pretty useless. But for the price, it looks very good when the Play Store issue here gets fixed. Okay, so now let's do a quick speaker test. So ladies and gentlemen, we're now here on YouTube, no copyright sounds, and I have to say, for the thickness of the smartphones of 5mm, the speaker performs pretty good. So let's check it out together, and there we go, let's hit the play button. So this is maximum volume, just listen here for yourself, and yeah, the speaker sounds pretty flat. But I have to say, for such a thin smartphone, it's also kinda loud and sounds okay to me. I mean, yeah. It's absolutely not good. If that would be in any other smartphone, I would say it's crap. But here, for the thickness, it's quite okay. Alright, so I also had a look at the 3.5mm headphone jack, and I have to say no distortion, also at maximum volume, that's good. And the earpiece could be a little bit louder, but anyway, you could tweak that with the MTK engineering application, but so far I couldn't download it. Alright, so that are the benchmarks, speaker test, and now let's talk about the final conclusion. But before we do that, let's do a quick GPS test. GPS on the smartphone is really pretty good. So here you can see, for instance, the GPS test application, and we're here indoors and I can still get green bars. So yeah, it's an old chipset and the smartphone is super thin, but the antenna layout seems to be quite good, because getting that good signal indoors and outdoors I get like most of the bars here green. This is really super awesome. So regarding GPS, Wi-Fi connection and the call quality, I can say nothing bad about the smartphone. Now regarding the gaming performance, I would classify it as playable but not really smooth. I mean, just check this out. There's a lot of stuttering in there and FPS drops, so let's switch off the sound. But you can see that the color reproduction from the AMOLED screen looks super awesome. So the colors, they're looking really great, and it feels super lightweight to play on that smartphone. But still, you will actually have stuttering in those games, because 1 GB of RAM is really not enough. And also the octa-core, I mean, it's not a bad SoC, but it's quite outdated. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're now here at the end of this kind of review, and now the final question: does it suck? So far I have to say, yes, it sucks in the way that you can't install applications from the Play Store, something is really broken here, that there is some kind of bloat and that it's not the fastest phone. But in the other way, I have to say it's super great, because the design is awesome, the price tag is unbelievable, the screen is looking as beautiful like, yeah, on my old Samsung phones, and yeah, the camera performance is not really good, the battery performance also not really good, but the reception, so everything is working as it should, except of downloading apps, the average battery life of barely a day, and also the poor camera quality, but the rest seems to be like a pretty good package. If they could somehow improve the post-production on the camera, so to get more sharpness in the picture, if they could fix the Play Store, or maybe it's fixed, just my phone is broken, I have no idea, then the smartphone is really worth it if you can live with maximum 1 day of battery life and a power bank. But so far I have to say, looks simply awesome. So nice phone from Russia. That's the Fly Tornado Super Slim. I'm Steven. See you soon in the next one. Make sure to subscribe if this video was helpful, and yeah, bye bye guys. Have a nice day.